Hey everyone, welcome back to Colourful Indian. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Today I'm going to be starting something new, and that is informing you about the latest makeup releases, because I've been taking an interest in a lot of these new makeup palettes as well, and just to give you an idea of the palettes that I will be trying in the future as well. So yeah, stay tuned as we actually go through all of these new releases. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're new here, I just want to say welcome. My name is Ranita and I do makeup swatches, reviews, tutorials, and sometimes giveaways. I have a background in counseling, so you may see elements of mental health thrown into my channel as well. That's, something that I'm definitely planning on for the future, because I really feel like I like holistic living. I like everything just merging into one beautiful whole. So aside from this, I'm also going to be doing a video on all of the Black Friday deals that I'm particularly interested in. So if you need to buy something for Black Friday, you just might find information about certain brands and things on my video. Right, so that being said, let's jump right into the latest makeup releases. I'm so excited to do this for the first time, and I'll be showing you photos as we go along. Alright, so the latest thing that I saw is the Melanin palette from Klarity Cosmetics, and I have not tried Klarity Cosmetics before, so I'm just looking at the shades. Okay, so this looks like a pretty palette. I think that it looks interesting, but I'm looking at the color scheme and I'm just not sure if it's enough to make me want to buy it, simply because there's only 8 colors in here and I'm just not really called to it. It definitely has, okay, so it's got 4 shimmers and it's got 4 mattes. I'm sure that there are different combinations you could try with this, but somehow it's just not enough to, inspire me to buy it. Like, I just feel that right now, especially after getting the Glamlight palette, I do have enough chocolates, and I always use my Juvia's Place Nubian. Yeah, I always use my Nubian, I always use this palette, the Nubian from Juvia's Place, simply because I just love this palette. It has 12 nude shades, and I just felt like it was so affordable when I bought it. So now if you go to their website, you'll actually see that the Nubian is available for $20, which I personally don't think is, a good price for me. But when I actually bought that palette, I bought it for $10, and this was, I think, in 2018, or I think this was in 2015. And I've actually kept the palette for that long, and it still works, and I don't really care about all those makeup rules where, you have to get rid of your makeup after a number of years. I don't really follow that strictly, and I feel like it's just been working perfectly fine. So let's just jump into the next release. So that one would be the Alamar Cosmetics. They've basically released a whole collection based on the movie Encanto. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, it looks very pretty, as you can see, and I'm just looking at the shades. Okay, so you've got some beautiful shimmers. I'm really wondering if I should get this. Okay, so the reason, there's very, very cute blushes, and I did leave my blushes behind in Malaysia, so I may think about getting these. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I'm going to be getting that lip gloss that you can see, because at the moment I feel that I don't really want lip glosses. But just going to the palette itself, just looking at the palette itself, I'm just not really sure, and the reason is because even though it's really beautiful, I absolutely love the packaging, by the way. I think it's so gorgeous, and it kind of really calls to my Colourful Indian theme as well, because I kind of went in with similar colors. But I think for me, the thing is, looking at the shimmers, I kind of feel like this reminds me very much of the Glamlight Ice Cream Dream palette. She basically put similar colors in, and I'm just not really sure if buying this is going to be the best thing. So this is going to be a maybe for me, not really sure. But if you would like me to buy this and test it out, then let me know in the comments and I will. Okay, then let's come to the next one. So this one is from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. Okay, so Give Me Glow really has gorgeous shades, and I'm waiting for their Black Friday sale, like I really am. Give Me Glow palettes basically have much larger pans. So they've released the photos of the Bad Witch Club, and this is going to be released on Black Friday, but sadly, because it's a new release, there's not going to be any discount, and it's going to be 54 USD. This is quite a lot for 12 colors. Just keep in mind that the eyeshadow pans are much larger than normal eyeshadows. So I have not yet bought a palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. However, I am planning to purchase some during the Black Friday sale, and I will be posting more details about that in my Black Friday video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, and the next one is the release from P. Louise. Okay, so P. Louise is doing so much stuff for Black Friday. It is just crazy how much this company comes up with. Like, she is so successful, like especially after selling her makeup eye bases, and that's the thing you see me use in all of my looks. So she's released 2 mini love tapes, Going Solo and The Love Affair. So over here you can see that it's basically got a whole grayish, white, black, like very like retro kind of palette colors, I would say. You know, I feel like when I'm staring at, you know, that gray tone palette, it looks like an old Hollywood film. So I'm thinking about, yeah, that's basically what's running through my head when I look at that gray palette. And then I'm looking at the other one where you have kind of like a warmer, you know, color scheme going on. And even though I do know that if I buy this, it's definitely going to be awesome quality because I trust P. Louise, like when it comes to her brand, I don't feel like this is actually calling out to me because it just, like, I don't know, the colors are just very similar to stuff that I already have, I think. So I think I'm just gonna let this one pass. Maybe if, you know, like, I don't know, if there's nothing else to buy, I may go for these. And I think maybe also just looking at a completely like gray tone palette, it's not very appealing to me. Like right now I'm just showing you that, you know, the shades also have all these pretty pictures on them, very, very cute, similar to Nomad Cosmetics. You know, I think they were the first ones that I saw putting those really cool like indents, like those really cool pictures onto, you know, each eyeshadow pan. And I always thought that was so interesting. But like, yeah, now it seems to be a thing that everyone's doing. But anyway, you know, just looking at these 2 palettes, I'm gonna have to pass. I'm not really interested in purchasing either one of these. Right, so this is the next one that you can see. It is the I Heart Revolution Toasted Marshmallow Chocolate Eyeshadow palette. All right, so I'm looking at the palette. I've seen a couple of these, you know, palettes before at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and even when I see them on discount, I've just never really been inspired to pick up any. I'm looking at the swatches and I kind of think that, you know, they're okay. It's nothing really that interesting personally for me. And then as you continue, you can just, you know, see that, yeah, the swatches are just not very appealing to me. I don't know, I just find this palette kind of boring. Yeah, I think this is a very easy pass for me. I don't think I'm going to be buying it. If you're looking for warm shades, I think that you may like this palette because it's only $13. But again, like the pigments don't really look very promising to me. And I just don't really like how they've put so many oranges together. Like, they look so similar. And one of them is barely swatched. Okay, so this palette is called Celina Spooky Boo 2. And I feel really weird saying that, but yeah, it's basically by Beauty X Boo Cosmetics. First time that I'm hearing about this palette. I'm looking at it and I don't feel like this is really resonating with me, especially for Christmas. I don't really think that this is a palette that I'm going to be very interested in. I mean, I love pastel shades, don't get me wrong. Love pastel palettes, but it just doesn't feel like something, you know, that I want to pick up. And I think that the fact that it's got similar shades as well in there, like Lawn Sodas and Adam, looks very similar. Viral and Spooky Boo, I mean, kind of similar, not exactly, but yeah, it just isn't calling to me. And then you have that white shade Go Hard and Sleepwalking, kind of very similar as well. So I kind of feel like maybe if this was rearranged in terms of, you know, the packaging and just the colors being placed differently, I think maybe that would have made it more appealing to me. But I don't think I'm going to be buying this, and it's $33. Yeah, I'm just not interested in this palette. Right, so let's go to the next one. So we have Pretties for Your Face, the Elf Eyeshadow Palette. So over here there's 5 shades. The packaging looks very mediocre. I'm not really impressed by it. This particular Elf palette, it doesn't look very appealing to me. I think maybe because 2 of the shades in here look kind of similar. So if you can see over there, there's, you know, one silver and then after the yellow and the red there's another one. Or is it like a shimmery white? It's like, yeah, it just looks very, very similar. And it's, I'm not sure how much this palette is, but I don't think that I'm going to be purchasing this one. It's just, it doesn't call out to me enough. Right, and now we're looking at the Flirt with Me Boutique Holiday Palette. So here there's 9 shades. You've got mattes, shimmers, glitters. Okay, so this may have been something that I would have picked up. It's just pretty. I really like the first 2 columns, like the green and the reds and the golds, loving that. And then I look at the column with the browns and I'm just like, why? Like, why was that put in there? I personally think that Lingerie and Rudolph could have been substituted for different colors, and I don't know, like, I just, yeah, I think Cuddles would have been enough personally for me, just to kind of get that transition in there if I wanted it. But I don't need those other 2 browns to kind of build up the color. I think I would have liked maybe blues, you know, something blue in there, simply because I'm thinking of tinsel balls, and I don't know, I just would have preferred more colors in this. So I'm not really sure. I think that I'm not going to be picking up this palette because, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the other 2 shades there. The next one, Dawn of Fall. Okay, so I've seen so many people talking about this palette and it really, really looks beautiful. So this is a duochrome palette. It looks really, really gorgeous. It is a full duochrome palette, as you can see. And it's basically going to be 45 USD. It's launching on Thursday, November 18th, that is today. I think I would love to pick this palette up if I can get it, because I know that this is like a limited stock. It's from a company called Alamar Cosmetics PR, and it looks really, really pretty, and I would totally love to try this. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in time. So let's see how that goes. If I do get it, you're going to get a review with swatches, because I really love duochromes. Like, I'm a total fan of duochromes, and I'm very happy whenever a new duochrome palette comes out. Now we're coming to the next one, Likely Makeup. Okay, so this one is called the Ugly Palette, and I don't know why she called it that. Like, I don't know, I'm looking at the colors and they're so pretty. Okay, so I kind of like it when shades are actually arranged according to their, you know, family color stories. So I don't know, like, I think that would have made it more appealing for me, but I don't necessarily hate this palette. It's just that I don't see this as a palette for Christmas. It's just that I just don't see this as a Christmas palette. It just feels like this is a summer palette, but it does look really beautiful. So maybe, you know, this is something I'll consider later, but for the time, I'm not really interested. It's just not calling to me yet. Okay, so this Melt Cosmetics is a brand that I've always wanted to try, but the thing is that whenever I see their palettes, they're, okay, first of all, they're kind of small, kind of reminds me of, you know, Naked Urban Decay palettes, like, especially like the layout. But the thing is that when I actually go and I see it and I see the pricing, and I just never feel like, you know, I can buy this at full price, because it's very limited, like the number of shades in there. So when I saw this come out, I thought, wow, this is actually really pretty. It's got 20 shades, and then I saw the price and my jaw literally just dropped. So this palette, and like this palette collection, believe it or not, is actually selling for $425 US. That is just insane. So this is the full collection, as you can see, and you know, it looks stunning. Like, when you look at it, it's beautiful. But then when I found out the pricing, I was really just like, no. Just no. You can see the swatches. The swatches look amazing. It looks like a very creamy, gorgeous palette. But I think the thing here is that I have Be Perfect, and the quality of the shades is amazing. And I'm pretty sure that I can just, you know, buy more of their palettes and I'll get all these shades. And more. I mean, even Julia's Place has so many beautiful shades, and you know, it's just not this expensive. And so that's why this was very, very easy for me to just say, yeah, I'm passing on this. And it's a shame, I think, because, you know, it has some really pretty eyeliners that are coming out with that too, but you know, knowing their price range, it's just not something that I find very feasible for me. Yeah, I just don't feel like this is something I would, you know, purchase. And again, gorgeous makeup brushes, as you can see, but you know, the price tag just, it's such a major throw off. Like, the price tag is just terrible. It doesn't make me want to buy it at all. Don't get me wrong, I really, really love this color story. It's just the price that's putting me off so badly. Like, I just don't want to buy something that expensive. I really don't. Okay, the next one that we have is another palette from Klarity Cosmetics. So this is called the Magic Lamp palette, and as you can see, the shades look gorgeous. Really, really beautiful shimmers. And I don't know, those jewel tones are just amazing. I think this is so pretty. even though I think that there are certain shades in there that are really calling to me, I think that there are a couple of shades that I don't really see myself wearing or just not very interested in. I kind of don't like the yellows in there. Like, I don't know, it's just not really appealing to me very much. I don't like Three Wishes as well. It's just very basic for me. Even though this is a really pretty palette, I don't think I'm going to be getting it anytime soon. Okay, and then we come to Lunar Beauties. So Lunar Beauty has actually released this palette. It's part of their holiday collection and it's like $150. And this is the Outer Dimension face palette, which is $49. So I'm looking at this and again, I'm just not inspired to buy this at all. I just feel like there are so many nude palettes out there, and even though they've tried to be creative with the packaging, it's just not something I would pay $49 for. I mean, for crying out loud, Juvia's Place, again, if you just go buy the Nubian palette, you're gonna get 12 shades and you're gonna get them for like $20 or $10, you know, depending on when you buy it. Like, I think right now there's a sale, so it's 10, but you know, it's just that, yeah, it's just not calling to me at all. And it just, like, I don't understand why they would put this kind of palette out. It's very, very basic for me. It's not something that I find interesting at all. All right, and then we have Colourpop. Colourpop, which has, you know, released another Star Wars, you know, collection palette. And I don't know, I just wasn't really excited about this. Like, I thought the child was kind of cute, mainly because, you know, it had those greens and it kind of seemed very pretty. But I'm coming to this one and I'm seeing grays and, you know, just, I don't know, I just don't feel like these colors are going to make me personally feel really happy to use them. It's kind of just gonna, I just feel like it's just not something that I'm particularly drawn to at all. But it's kind of sad because the packaging is so cute. Like, I really love Colourpop's packaging. I feel that it is always so pretty and so feminine. I really just love that. But yeah, sadly, this is not going to be something I buy, but maybe I will get the Luxe lip oils in there because those look really cute. So you may see those, you know, you may see me using those in some of the future looks we have. This palette is, you know, by Sydney Grace Co, and it was basically, you know, designed by Mel Thompson, who's the makeup artist who recently passed away, and that was really, really sad. And what they decided to do is to release it again, and it's retailing for 52 USD. Very, very pretty color story. I think I probably will be getting Mel Thompson's Tiny Marvels palette. I think it's really cute and I like those pastel shades. I think it's a really nice palette. And the other thing is that right now the money that comes from this palette, like a percentage, is going to be given to her family. So I just think that, you know, that's really cool and I would be happy to support something like that. So yeah, you can see that, you know, they are gearing up for, I think they already released this like a week ago or so. Like, it was made available, so you can go and check out their website if you want to get a palette for yourself. Okay, and then of course there's Rem Beauty. So Rem Beauty is, you know, the latest brand by a celebrity, Ariana Grande. And I was looking at this and I was thinking that it looks, so it definitely fits into like her whole space theme, because I know that I saw like a couple of photos like from her where, you know, she was dressed up like an astronaut, I think, and it just fit in with the space theme. But looking at the colors itself, I don't think that this is enough to actually make me purchase anything. It just doesn't call to me. I kind of like the highlighters. I think that they're very pretty. In fact, I really like that she's added like very colorful highlighters into this too, but I'm just not a fan of the eyeshadow palettes at all. Like, just find them very, very basic. Okay, so the highlighter toppers are $22 each. Yeah, I just like, no, like I don't think I'm gonna pay that much for a highlighter. Maybe if you really love the shade, like I don't know if I really, really love one of the shades from here, I'm probably going to pick it up, but it's just I don't know, it's not really calling to me at the moment, so I think I may just pass on these for now. Maybe you're just paying for the packaging because, you know, it matches her theme. So yeah, I'm just not super impressed by this. This is the Poison Ivy palette, and if you don't know Doodles by the Bunny, I would highly suggest going and checking out her account because it is so cute. She takes all these different palettes that have been released by brands and then she spins it around and, you know, shows you her version of it. And I think it's so cool because she really comes up with some gorgeous designs. So I'm always like really interested, you know, in like the stuff that she puts out. And I do follow her on Instagram. So this is the palette that she actually has done with Milan Row makeup. And I think it's gorgeous. I love the greens. I think that they're so, so pretty. I like the shimmers. I just think that it's such an adorable palette, and I think it kind of reminds me of fall as well. I like that she didn't stick just to greens and that she added in, you know, some blues, some purples. Yeah, just thinking about this color story, I think it's pretty. It's very pretty, and I think that I can probably do a comparison for you as well with my Dirty Martini palette because yeah, I seem to be doing lots of green palettes. I think this is all in all a pretty palette, and I am going to be buying it, so you will see, you know, a review on this at some point. So we have Romantic Beauty USA, the Lady Bouquet Eyeshadow Palette. So this has got 25 colors. It is so happy. This palette is $20. It has got 25 colors, $20. So I think that it's definitely pretty. It's just that I'm not drawn to it for Christmas. I have, you know, my Be Perfect cosmetics, so I don't think I'm going to be purchasing this at the moment. Maybe at a later time, but yeah, right now it's just it's not enough to make me buy it, simply because I kind of feel like it's got a lot of purples, and as you know, I just went through like a whole purple palette, so I kind of need a break from purple for a while. But I do like some of the shades that she's included on this palette, and I think the design is kind of cute. So yeah, it's a nice palette, but it's not making me go crazy enough to buy it. Okay, and then we come to Dandelions Co. This is a very cute brand. I've been following them for some time now, but I have not yet purchased any of their palettes. The Snow Spell, and it's launching on the 19th of November, which is going to be, you know, Friday. And yeah, I think that this is a really interesting color story. So even though in the other palettes, you know, I didn't really like having so many grays, I don't know why, but when I see it here with these colors, I like it so much more because I kind of feel like, okay, now there are more colors to actually incorporate those gray tones into. But yeah, I'm actually thinking I may get this palette. I think it's really, really pretty, and I want to try this brand because I've never tried Dandelions Co. before, but they seem to have a lot of really pretty colors. So yeah, this is a possibility for me for sure. Yeah, I really like how they've kind of given you a good, you know, choice of shimmers and mattes for this palette. So I think it is very pretty, and I think that this is something I just might pick up tomorrow if I'm able to during the sale. Like usually with indie brands, it gets sold out like in seconds. It's so hard to pick stuff up. But yeah, if I pick it up, you will see the review on my channel. Okay, so then we come to Divina Cosmetics. They have released so many new shades. So they have a Black Friday release, and yeah, it looks gorgeous. It really, really does. It's just that I don't think I'm going to be getting these just yet. Very, very beautiful colors. I love the jewel tones. I just like, let's just take a look at one of them. It's just really, really pretty. I love shimmers. And I love duochromes, and this is just gorgeous. Like seriously, these shades are stunning. The only thing is that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be picking these up. Colourpop, okay, again, and yeah, another Colourpop release. So this is their Christmas holiday collection, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh man, like the packaging is so cute. Like I really love the packaging, and then I see the color story, and I'm like, why? Like, why did they make it so brown? Like, okay, yes, I know Rudolph is a deer. I get that they have to put so many brown shades in there, but I just kind of feel like they could have expanded maybe on greens and reds, because when I think of Christmas, it's more of like a green and red time. I would have really appreciated if they had actually put in more Christmassy colors like gold, and like there were so many ways they could have made this better. But I don't know, whenever I see Colourpop palettes, I feel like they always put so many browns in. I suppose because they want each palette to be a standalone palette, but because they've put so many browns in, it actually turns me off a little bit. So I don't think I'm going to be buying this, even though it's really, really cute and just very adorable, and I love the packaging. There are a couple more brands that have released this week. So there's one by Top Rated Beauty. It's got, 60 eyeshadow shades, 6 lip creams, face products, blush, highlighter. Wow, I feel like they packed everything into this, but I don't think I'm going to be buying it simply because it just looks like there's something just not very appealing about super big palettes, like especially if I haven't tried the brands. So I don't think I'm going to be purchasing this because I have several really big palettes, and I kind of appreciate smaller ones sometimes simply because they give you a color story that you can work with, and then it's just so much easier. It's less stressful because you have less choices. So when you go into your palette, you're like, okay, I know that I'm going to use blah blah, like I'm going to use this shade. But when you have big palettes like this, sometimes it can be a bit confusing. And the next one that we have is Haunted Dollhouse Cosmetics. So they have released this Carnival palette, retailing for $20. Not really calling to me again. I'm just not into this color story at all. It doesn't, I don't know if I'm a fan of the packaging either. So I think that this is an easy pass. I don't think I'm going to be buying it. That is Takeover. So this is a Homegirls High School Edition Binder Eyeshadow Palette. Okay, interesting. So I'm looking at the shades. I think that they're, yeah, it's kind of pretty. I think that the pinks are kind of pretty, but I feel that there's just too many pinks, and I'm kind of afraid to have a repeat of the wine palette because seriously, that was so stressful. And also it's just kind of big. It's selling for $48, and I don't know if you can see, but Girl Fight Drama, like they're like all these shades over here, they kind of look very similar to each other. And so I kind of feel like this is going to be a pass for me. I'm just not feeling this one. Now this is by Rem Beauty. So they were previously known as Musée Beauty, and I've always wanted to get some of their palettes, never have, but I've heard so many good things about their palettes, and I just think it's really pretty that their whole brand is based around art. So they release makeup based on art, and I think that's really cool. And oh, this is a gorgeous palette. Like, I'm just looking at the color story. It is so pretty. Yeah, it's just very satisfying to look at. I think the way it's been designed, I'm loving everything about it. So yeah, I think that this is something I will pick up. So I'm going to put this on my maybe list. If you want me to actually pick this up and try it out, let me know in the comments, because then I will actually buy it. All right, next we have the Holiday palette from Nomad Cosmetics, and I love Nomad Cosmetics. It's very cute. I love how they've based this around their dogs and, time with family. It's very cute. And when I look at the shades, I'm kind of wondering if these shades are actually the ones from the palette that had to be discontinued. I really like these shimmer shades, and I am definitely going to be picking up Nomad Cosmetics for Black Friday. I'm so excited about that. So there is a chance that I will actually be picking this up too. I love that hot pink. I think it's so awesome. Like, I don't have a hot pink shade. Okay, and then we have the Playing in Makeup by Yolando. So she has released this huge palette that you can see. It's got some dark shades, it's got neon shades, slightly brighter ones. Okay, so for me, I absolutely love those 3 highlighters over there, like the purple, the green, and the blue. I'm not really being called to the other colors because that's, I don't know, it doesn't really look appealing for me, but I am drawn very much to the highlighters, and yeah, because of that, I don't think I'll be purchasing this. But if she actually releases those highlighters separately, I'm gonna be there, because I really love, colorful highlighters as well. In fact, even today, in fact, for this look, I used some of my green eyeshadow to just do my highlight right over there, and I mixed it with a bit of gold, because I felt like, yeah, this is a green toned look. I may as well just, go all in. All right, and then we have Rising Phoenix makeup. So I have not heard of this brand before. I think that there are some very pretty shimmers over here. It is inspired by otherworldly creatures that are unique to Singapore. Okay, interesting. So it's basically 12 shades mixed with duochromes, multichromes, metallic, and glitter multichromes. Wow. Okay, so this palette, which is pretty, is 85 USD. Right. So I think that some of the colors are gorgeous, but I think I'm going to be passing on this. It's just not my thing. I don't really like the packaging. I'm going to just say that out loud. It's not, it just doesn't appeal to me. I think that, following this brand may be interesting because I just like the creativity of the names. Right, and these are the Blend Bunny Cosmetics blending brushes, and I'm so excited about these. These are gorgeous. I think that, you know, the way she's created them, the way she's come up with this is so interesting. It's just fascinating to me. She has basically, you know, made brushes to help people blend better, and she's got a method to this. So watch my Dirty Martini palette to know more about this, or just go and check out her Instagram account to learn more. But this is something that I definitely want to pick up at some point. All right, and last but not least, we have got these liquid eyeliners from Juvia's Place. So okay, so personally for me, I kind of feel like Juvia's Place has been getting more and more expensive as time has gone by. It's kind of made it a little disappointing for me. Like just looking at that liquid eyeliner, it is $23. And, you know, I kind of feel like this is very similar to, you know, other makeup brands. I mean, part of the appeal for me personally was that, you know, when you bought from Juvia's Place, you knew that you were getting a lot of good quality, amazing stuff for a lot less than what other brands were selling their stuff for. And that's why I was just crazy. I was crazy for Juvia's Place, like, you know, when their products came out, and I saw their, you know, Masquerade palette and all of that, and I was so excited because those pans were huge. Like, they were the really, really big ones, and I really was so happy about it. But now when you go to her website, you know, it kind of looks like she's just been economizing on the size of her products while at the same time raising the prices of everything. And I just felt very, very sad. You know, I mean, I know that this is inevitable. It does happen to brands, but I think something that would have made me love the brand even more and just continue going back to her. So anyway, that's all that I have for you today for the makeup releases that I have seen so far. I will be doing this on a weekly basis, so you will see, you know, the latest makeup releases, and I hope that this is something that helps you out. Stay tuned for the Black Friday deals that are coming up. I know that there are some companies that are definitely starting a lot earlier than others. So I'm actually thinking for Black Friday that I will put together a list of the companies that, you know, I've seen online, like what their deals are, what their prices are, when these things are going to be on sale. Plus I'm going to be doing a shop with me video, so yeah, you get to, you know, see how I shop for Black Friday. And I will be making out a list, and then I will be chopping it down because I do have a budget. I'm not planning on spending on every single thing that I see, but I do want to get certain things, so I will be, you know, getting those things and then of course reviewing them. I'm so excited about that. I hope that you have a fantastic week. If this video was helpful, if you found it informative, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends because that makes such a big difference. And I shall see you very soon in my next video. Bye.